Okay, so we're using burnt sienna and titanium buff, and we're going to try to paint the face and hands. Just a suggestion, not really detailed. And one, let me see, how is it? Okay. And one hand right here. I'll change the position of the oar after what he's holding. It can be done going that way, this way. And it goes down this way. So anyway, I'll use a ruler when I'm ready for this. Face, just kind of a little shape of an oval. It doesn't have to be detailed. For darks, I'm using just burnt sienna. It's not even an oval, it's kind of a triangle. We'll put a hat on his head later on in yellow ochre. Okay. We will use cadmium red medium. And I'm going to mix my cadmium red medium with Payne's gray just to tone it down. But before we do that, I'm going to take titanium buff. Do you want me to wait a bit before I start with the top he's wearing?
Yeah, just a second.
Sure. Okay, so I'm going to take titanium buff for now. I do have a touch of a bit of raw umber in here, just because I was cleaning the wall behind him. It doesn't hurt to, if you have raw umber close by, to add a very small amount of raw umber in that titanium buff, just because you don't want the titanium buff to be, it's light, it's a light color. So even with the raw umber, it's still light. So I'm toning down my titanium buff. I'm going to actually, I'm going to kind of ignore the ore in his hand for now. Because right now, I want to make sure that I have the hands and arms in position, movement in the right place. I don't want to worry about the ore. I'm not trying to avoid it. I'm just painting over it. Okay. All right, so for me to be able to see the whole picture as a person. I'm gonna put his trousers on. Everything is dark in this area. I think we might be able to get away with black trousers. Okay, maybe, yeah. Right, for the hat, yellow ochre and a touch of raw umber for the first layer. All in one, the top of the hat, the rim, everything. And then now what I'm going to do is clean my brush, wipe it, take yellow ochre, put a bit of titanium buff in it. And I'm going to do the top of the hat. Just the top and the rim. And I'm going to keep the dark yellow for the side of the top. I'm sure it has a technical name, but I don't know what it's called. What it's called. It's called. So again, highlighting with a bit of more yellow titanium buff and yellow ochre, and then I'm going to do this kind of simple, and that's it. Okay, let's take red, cadmium red medium. That's what I have. And again, like if you have cadmium red light, that's fine too. I'm gonna put a touch of Payne's gray in it. I have two Payne's grays here. I have, oh, you can't see it. All right, let's push it up. Now you can see it. I have Liquitex Payne's gray and I have golden Payne's gray. Golden Payne's gray is more blue. than Liquitex. Actually, today I'm using Liquitex. And I put some Payne's Gray in here. Dip my brush, it's a small brush, in water, and this way my paint is smooth, so the brush slides easily. I'm gonna clean my brush here, and let's see. So these guys, let's start with the sleeve. If I find, once I'm done, if I find that it's too strong, too much red, and by the way, I'm going with the shape, with the movement of the arm. By the time I'm done, I think what I'm going to do is take a bit of titanium buff and soften this red. It's very strong. More of the Payne's Gray, titanium buff again. Yeah. Just enough that doesn't turn pink. And let's do that. That's good. Okay. Oops. Okay, Payne's Gray for the boat. I'm going to start covering, and then we'll add the details and highlights and whatever we want to put in there. Tomorrow's project, we will work on the background a little bit more and make it look nicer. It looks right now, every time I look at it right now, it looks like, you know, some kind of war happened in there. Make it more, not as harsh.
I still have to catch up with that one, so hopefully do it today.
The one we're working on?
Yeah,
For
for tomorrow afternoon, you mean?
Yeah, tomorrow's project.
Yeah, I haven't done the stuff on the right-hand side yet, so I'll
Okay.
have to mess with that because I'm sure we'll be covering over a lot of that, or working around it.
All of this is a preparation for the actual, you know, the guy sitting and
Right.
in the boat. And I think what I would like to do after I'm done with putting maybe some colorful shutters in the back on the windows is glaze it, to push it back, push the background. Okay, let's do that right now. going to leave a very small kind of line just for me to see. Okay, it's just. Okay. So now we've covered the boat. That's good. So now just to give it some movement and highlights. First of all, I'm going to wait for this to dry. Meanwhile, while I'm waiting for it to dry, the back, so because I want to put some red in there. Let's highlight the front. Change my brush, go back to the smaller one. And I'm going to try to use titanium buff and my not Naples yellow, Payne's gray. All right, let's do that. Let's highlight a bit. Let's take, for the highlights on the side of the boat, let's take yellow ochre and titanium buff. This side highlight is a little bit more yellow, or kind of a light yellow. It's not a gray. Okay. Just this angle here. Now I'm going to go back to my lighter Payne's gray and titanium buff. Just a strong one, strong highlight on the side is yellow, but the rest is gray here. I take titanium buff with nothing, just titanium buff. Actually, I'm going to put some titanium buff only here, just because to give it a bit of more stronger highlight. And start from here, I would say here, down. Okay. Now, let's get some going on this side. Okay, back. I can see a beautiful highlight on the rim of the boat in the back, right here. Right here. And I'm going to highlight the rim right here a little bit more. So I highlighted the first layer and it's in gray. And now I'm just enhancing the highlight a tiny bit. Top part. Now I can take red. Actually, before I take red, let's put the bench he's standing on, or yeah, that part here, the detail. I'm going to use gray. So it's Payne's gray and titanium buff. And I'm just going to draw. It's not there. I'm just going to draw a little bit of a. Let me see if it's the right direction. I don't want it to be too strong. I will wait for it to dry, and if it's too strong, I'll glaze it down. Has anyone been in these boats and has to, you know, in those gondolas?
Not me, no.
No, me neither.
I was, but I was a baby.
Ah, you don't remember.
No.
Now I'm going to take red and I'm going to put Payne's gray in it to make it darker. Beautiful, beautiful, dark, deep red. And let's do the inside in red. I love that. Wow. It's beautiful. Okay. Let's darken a tiny bit the bottom of that red. Just right here. Okay. I don't want to highlight too much the detail inside, just make it kind of camouflaged and not too strong. This is challenging. Trying to camouflage the side so it doesn't look too detailed where his legs are. Actually, even around his legs. Let's make it a tiny bit darker. Okay. Some in the back here, what else might have some detail or something like that, or just leave it? I never thought about what's in the boat usually, what kind of details, what they have. Never thought about this. Okay, we're good. Okay, for this reflection in the back, we're going to start with not the white one, not the white reflection, not yet. We're going to start with the yellow one, the gold one, and try here to put some in here as well, the gold. And then we'll do the white reflection. So the gold one, and we're going to simplify, this is way too detailed. For the gold one, I'm taking yellow ochre. So I take yellow ochre, put a bit of burnt sienna in it, because the reflection in the back is actually the reflection of the buildings. And titanium buff. And first layer, we're not gonna, especially the one in the back, it's really golden, the one in the back. I'm not gonna put too much titanium buff in there. Okay, water. That's good. Round brush. It's a small reflection. Two ways we can do this. We can just simply push down like that. And then go across. Again, push. And that's okay. I mean, if it's not the right size, shape, at first, it doesn't matter. We are just putting in here some beautiful reflections. Don't forget, this is going to be we're going to be adding more reflection. This is the first layer. I'm adding a little bit more of the burnt sienna in here, and I'll go over that. I think I used too much water. I'm not getting that kind of beautiful gold. Let's take titanium yellow ochre again. I put too much water in my, and then titanium buff. So it's the reflection is a kind of a combination of layers of titanium buff with yellow ochre and burnt sienna. You know what? I'm going to go over this because I'm going to put brown in between instead of the blue. On this, in this area here, I'm going to put some brown. To separate those, the reflection. Right now, the separation is blue, but I think it will look much nicer with brown in between instead of blue in the back. Some of this reflection has titanium buff and yellow ochre, and some of it will add, I'm adding a bit of the burnt sienna in there as well. Okay. There's quite a bit of white on top of this. So, but before we do the white, we need to add and put the gold reflection that we're seeing in there. Brush is too small. All right. I'm smoothing all of this because reflection should be smooth. This is water, it's not stone. So I'm kind of blending a bit the colors I have here. Just making sure that this part has more of the gold. This side has more of the gold. As you can see, you know, in the reference, which is beautiful. That's why it's a beautiful, the whole thing about this reference or this picture is the reflection and the light. You have to keep an eye on the shape of that movement, reflection that we're putting in here. Eventually, it should look kind of move a nice kind of wider at the bottom, narrower on top. And at the same time, we don't want to lose the shape of the reflected building. This is what's happening in here. That's a reflection of this building right there. Now I know it has a, in the picture, the white reflection has a bit of a kind of a round movement in here on the left. We'll deal with this later on. Now I'm just adding some of this gold colored reflection in here. Okay, that's good. It's good, good. A little bit more here. Let's put some just kind of titanium, yellow ochre and titanium buff. Okay. Now, since I am working with this color, I think I'm going to put a bit of that reflection over here, the same color that I'm using, with a smaller brush. Be too big. Okay. Let's do that. Let's try. This is really harsh in here, but that's okay because I know I'm putting white over it. I'm not concerned. This is just the first layer, but this one here, I'm making it softer. Softer, more kind of a glazy reflection. It's not a harsh color. And you can see the difference between both. You can see the difference between the left one and the right one. The right one looks more like water and the left one looks heavier and opaque. Mm. All right, let's leave it like that for now. This side is way better than this side here, but that's again because this is just kind of this is glazed on, this is heavy color, heavy opaque. Now I'm going to take my raw umber and a bit of burnt sienna, and I'll do this and then I'll stop. Okay, let's put that. Let's put a reflection in here, in between separation, just to make this reflection a little bit more realistic or interesting. Now, let's take titanium buff, water it down so it's like a glaze, and then go in between and enhance a bit again the highlight. Oh, that's nice. That's working. Oh, nice, nice. This is a nice gold color or light color. Okay, more titanium buff. And I'm gonna do this. I think I went too far up. I'm gonna bring it down a bit. Again here. Here, okay. This is raw umber. Bring down the reflection in the water. Bring it down. The reason I'm working on this too much, like I'm adding too much importance to this. Is just the shape itself of this reflection is really nice. I don't want to lose it. It's a beautiful shape. The way the reflection and the light reflection is higher. This one higher. This one is lower. And this one is lower and wider as well. And let's add a tiny bit here. Okay. Good. All right, good.